it's me, it's Lillian, and I have a super special friend with me today. I'm so excited! I have Sherene Vishmaya with me. I talk about Sherene all the time. She's pretty much my resident go-to astrologer. I get pretty much all of my wisdom and knowledge from Sherene. She's directed me to so many books and all these resources. And anyways, she's also the author of Surviving Saturn's Return, which I own and have referred many people to. But anyways, let me stop gushing about her. We're here today because I want to make a video about the Mercury Retrograde. So, P.S. real quick, I want to just say that Mercury retrogrades happen all the time. I mean, not all the time, but they happen several times a year. This year in particular, in 2016, we have 4 of them. I think last year we had 3.
Yeah.
So it's not like the end of the world. It's not like a humongous deal. I mean, it happens all the time, just like we have a full moon. But I do think that it's really important to just check in and to give you some information about why this one in particular is unique and how it may or may not affect you. First things first, what in the world is Mercury retrograde? I feel like every time Mercury goes into retrograde, all of a sudden my Facebook blows up and everyone's like, oh, Mercury retrograde this, everyone's sharing articles. And I feel like half of my friends are, I feel like half of my Facebook friends are like, oh, fucking Mercury retrograde, I don't even know what the fuck that means. All right, I guess I should back up my computer now. Like, what? You know, it's like...
and just repost it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're all saying.
Well, even the biggest skeptics are believers in Mercury retrograde. It's so funny, and they might not know what it is. And actually, what it means is, so the planet Mercury, which rules communication and technology and the way our minds work and process information, and actually also how we get around in the world, like scheduling, details, sound bites, all of that stuff is in
traveling too.
Mercury stuff. Yeah, traveling, getting from A to B. That's why trains are delayed, planes.
Oh yeah. Oh, my worst trip ever was during a retrograde. Yeah.
Mail, correspondence. That's all Mercury stuff. So we feel it in technology, of course, is where everyone most obviously sees it, like losing cell phones or computers breaking down. So we have really tangible evidence that something's going on. So that's why Mercury retrogrades kind of get a bad rap. But what people don't know is that it's actually really helpful on an inner level, because it's the time we get to actually go back and repeat things that we didn't get right the first time.
Go in and yeah.
Go inward, and we become more aware of because it's we don't have that normal external flow. We have to become really aware of where we miss details, where we're just kind of out of it, checked out, on our phones and stuff. So when those break down, suddenly we're it's like a wake-up call. So the planets retrograde are actually really beneficial in the sense that they awaken us to the actual teaching of that planet. So Mercury's trying to make us more conscious of details, where we miss things, where we lose things, not retracing your steps so you don't leave things in the cab, stuff like that. Or the Uber, sorry.
Right.
The Lyft.
I always think of Mercury retrogrades as the universe's way of being okay, time to check in and just
totally
make sure you're keeping your shit tight and and making sure that you've got everything in good order.
Yeah, exactly. That is what it's doing, and that's why we should also have reverence for Mercury retrograde, not just talk about the negative, because it's why curse a planet? Everyone's always blaming Mercury retrograde for everything, and then it just makes it worse. And then it just makes it worse. Don't be scared, because really, I think if you just say, okay, well, Mercury's the trickster, he is the trickster planet, and he will you might lose something, but you might find something that you lost 10 years ago, or an old friend shows up, or you rediscover something, or you have this amazing epiphany. There's a lot of really good benefits to Mercury retrograde that should be talked about more. People should be more excited for Mercury going retrograde instead of the usual hit the panic button mode that happens, in my humble opinion.
So Sherene, can you tell me why this particular Mercury retrograde is special, unique, not so bad, maybe worse? Give us the scoop.
Well, let me first preface it by saying this Mercury retrograde is no joke. I ordered some business cards yesterday, and I'm not kidding you, they were for someone else.
I'm already feeling it too, by the way. I've had a screw in my tire. Oh my God, so much stuff has already happened. Yeah.
But I do want to get off that bandwagon of Mercury retrograde's a curse and it's all negative. I mean, of course, we have to keep our sense of humor, because these things do happen. The business cards coming to the wrong person, and things breaking down, computers malfunctioning, all that kind of stuff. But this one is actually, it does have a hidden benefit, because it's in Taurus.
Okay.
So
sounds like money.
Yeah, the thing I love about it, it could be money, money returning to you. There's all the RE things, resting, reviewing, recreating.
Oh yeah, sounds luxurious too.
Yeah, and
Very
Taurus
Taurus.
feels like you get to just luxuriate in the moment.
Yeah.
take your time and just like really enjoy things.
Cool.
Instead of feeling like the usual rush and the pressure. And also I feel like it's a really good opportunity to like go deeper into our most loyal bonds with other people.
Our most loyal bonds with other people.
Yeah, with people that we have really tight connections with.
Okay.
I feel like it's a chance to deepen that.
Oh, wow,
over
I love
this
that.
next few weeks. Yeah. I think that's kind of like the hidden surprise of this Mercury retrograde. And of course, always people coming back and a chance to redo things. I mean, we need opportunities for redos, resets, revisions, revamping.
Think of all your words, like rewinding, like what she's saying, revisions, revamping.
And wherever we have Taurus, like in our chart, if you know, and you can always go to astro.com, you know, and get a free chart if you don't know where Taurus is. But if you are a Taurus, like sun sign, for instance, or Taurus rising, you'll really be feeling this one. Or all the fixed signs, actually. Yep.
Oh, all the fixed signs as well. So
Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpios. We're
okay,
all
so
gonna
that's
feel
us.
this. Yeah, exactly. Scorpio, Leo.
No wonder I've already been feeling it.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so you mentioned that Tauruses and fixed signs. Can you repeat those one more time? Leo, Taurus, Scorpio.
Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius are really going to feel these. And if you have a Leo sun sign or rising sign, you'll feel this especially.
Okay, so that's actually me as well. So I'm very curious. How could it affect us or these fixed signs, this retrograde?
Again, I think this idea of slowing down and really getting into our bodies. Taurus is very much about grounding. So it's imperative that we get into like a more mellow tempo and that we actually feel ourselves like rooted to the earth and we get really clear about which rituals and routines and like our habits and our comfort zones are working for us and which ones are not.
Okay.
Which ones are keeping us stuck in a rut. And I think these are going to become really apparent. Like the ones where you're just like, oh yeah, this is just a little too comfy, I'm hanging out in this, but it's no longer serving you and you feel like it's time for a change. The Mercury retrograde will really like highlight, especially where because Mercury is communication in our mind. So especially where we're stuck in our minds, where we have these like, we're stuck in the mud kind of with our ideas and where we're very fixed. And
could you give us like an example?
Example, yes. I think the best example would be like, you know, where you're really stubborn in an argument with somebody or conversation, or just like where you get stuck on a particular issue where you're very fixed and you want to be right versus you want the peace. Taurus is all about finding the peace and the deeper connection, like I was saying earlier. So if we're like really fixated on, you know, digging our heels and being right versus like, oh, actually, like I don't want to break this connection, but why am I so rigidly fixated on this idea? And okay, so for instance, like Leo, it can be more like a pride issue or feeling like they're not respected, that it could come up in that sense. And of course for Leo, Taurus is your career. It tends to like affect your career. So you may be reviewing career stuff and like how you want to put yourself out in the world.
Oh my God, you're like literally in my head right now. Of course, she's always in my head.
That's what I'm here for. I'm a shrink. And also like for Scorpio, it has to do with relationships. So we're like reviewing our relationships and our relationship style. And of course, Scorpios are very loyal in relationships, but maybe we're a little stubborn and we want to get our way or whatever. We have to look at all that. Taurus, it's about yourself, your body, and also your relationships, but you may be like revamping your whole like appearance because it's your first house. And Aquarius, it's your fourth house, which is home. So it has to do with you may actually be literally revamping your home or renovating. Or you're just rethinking, reviewing like where you want to live, how you want to live, like what nurtures you, those kind of things.
I love that. Wow, Sherene, I was really not expecting you to go into such detail. I feel like I got so much out of that, and hopefully, awesome. You know, hopefully whoever's watching has got a lot out of that too, because I feel like you gave us some really great gems as far as like what the specific, especially those specific fixed signs and how they may be experiencing it as well.
Yeah, we love the specifics, and you know that's the beauty of Mercury retrograde is that you can get into like really nuanced detail that you might normally not have access to. So. Right. So again, another blessing in disguise.
Another blessing in disguise. Are there any final tips?
Final tips with Mercury retrograde.
Like, what about some action items we can do?
Yeah.
Well, give us some homework.
Homework, all right. So definitely it's a time, because it's Taurus, to really look at your value system, your relationship with money. And again, the REs are key. You've probably heard this before, but just in case you haven't, review, rest, revamp, redo, renegotiate, rethink. Like, so it's not a time of like really pushing forward on new things. It's better to like revisit something that you need to finish up, tie up loose ends. Look at your relationship with money, look at your relationship with your possessions. Like if you're, a little bit of a hoarder, this is a great time to clean out. You'll be very aware of like stuff right now. That's Taurus, like too much stuff.
Things.
Like as I'm looking in my corner over there, stuff like, why did I bring this to San Francisco? I didn't need all this. And that kind of thing. So, money, possessions, your body, like your relationship with food. Taurus also rules that. That's specifically for this Mercury retrograde in Taurus, but general Mercury retrograde things, just to distinguish, or to differentiate rather, I recommend all the RE things again. So always slowing down, resting, retracing your steps. Like always, like when you get out of the Uber or the Lyft, like see what you left behind. Yeah. And, just always like before you send the text message, make sure you weren't sending something you're trying to send to your lover, to your boss. You know what I mean? Or that kind of thing. Or like, just
I always double check.
Everything. And like maybe like if you're sending kind of like a nasty missive to someone, you might want to reread it and just be like, really, especially because Mars is retrograde, which is another conversation. But like you want to review and say, okay, is this really what I meant to say, and is this translating? And if you feel you haven't gotten your point across, like always give yourself a chance to like have the conversation again, or like best have it in person. Like during retrogrades, I avoid as much as possible if there's some kind of contention, doing it over text messages or even emails, because it can be so misconstrued during this time. There's a lot of misunderstandings that happen during Mercury retrograde.
True. Yeah, that's very true.
So have the conversation in person as much as possible.
Have the conversation in person as much as possible.
That's the best Mercury retrograde
That is like,
advice.
That is the best Mercury retrograde advice.
And check your bank statements during this time. Like make sure there's no weird things, like money might be missing, and double check like your business card info before you have it printed. Things that have to do with money and business, Taurus, like my business card. I thought I did that, but anyway. I still got
I'll
Joyce's
definitely keep that in mind.
Cards.
Wow, thank you so much for all of that valuable information.
My
you can work with Sherene as well because she has moved back to San Francisco, which is awesome. So you'll be seeing her on video with me a little bit more often too. You can book readings with her. You can visit her on her website, ShereneVishmaya.com. She also has this amazing work that she does. She calls it Project 40. I like to think of it, first of all, this is Sherene's baby. And the way that I describe it is this is where you dive deep with Sherene under her guidance for 40 days. And there's always a different topic and something that they're diving deep into. This time it's dreams, especially in lieu of the retrograde as well. So if you're someone that has crazy ass dreams, recurring dreams, or you just want to dig a little bit deeper into your dreams, I would highly recommend this because you will definitely dig deep into them and probably figure out what the hell's going on with all that.
And if you don't remember your dreams, it's even better, because a lot of people feel like a total disconnect from their dream life and they're sleeping, and then like all this time is lost in sleep. And then imagine if you could actually wake up and have this wealth of information and symbolism to work with that could open up any ruts that you have and just, reawaken your creativity. That's the best use of dream work, in my opinion. So.
Nice. Good plug there. I like that.
Well, because a lot of people are like, I don't remember my dreams, and like, why do dream work? I get a lot of that, and those are the people that need it the most and actually benefit the most in my past Project 40. So that's why I wanted to address that.
No, you're literally speaking to me because I have a hard time remembering my dreams as well.
Most people do at first, but then it gets better once you really make the
That's
intention
true.
and the commitment,
That's
right?
true, yeah, totally. Yeah, when I did it last time.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. I got another one coming for you soon. Bye.